Hello, welcome to this lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss you and teach you with update statement in SQL Server. How to use update statement, why we require to use update statement in SQL Server, we'll see. For the update statement, we'll use for to modify and correct the data which is already inserted in the database table. And we'll see how we are going to applying in real-time scenario. Let's see, this is the table. In our previous lecture we have inserted the data where we have some corrections of this data. For the first table it is entered the name, it is test. So I have in the some name I can take it as in a Mary to be the username of that particular user ID, that first record ID. So how can I update the data of the name? Yes, it's very pretty easy of a preparation of the statement. And the making, if it is in a single only that query, you can make it as an editing of the table and update the data. Or else you can prepare the statement and do appropriate changes over there. I'll show you instead of making it in a query statement first. Then I'll show you how to make it as a changes of direct the editor of the design. Okay. Now let's see here. Its command is update table name reg underscore user user update user set keyword you have to use to update the data of this particular database table columns. Now which column you want to set here? See, the name field, the column name is name, so we have to take it as a name equal to, you have to set the value, which value to be set instead of using existing value, what the correct value to be set there. I tell you it's not Mary. It's over. Now update table and set column name. What is the data? What is the data we are going to setting up that particular column of defining row? For row, it's a very important to know about it. For the row, which row you are going to updating the data. Otherwise, if you run like this, all the table, entire table will be set as a name, it is in a Mary only. Okay, so we are filtering the row by applying where clause, and which ID we are going to making it is a unique in this particular table. The ID column, it is a uniquely identified here. So we can choose the ID, where ID we can use as a primary or unique identity, and using equal to operator, what is the value of that particular row? The value of that particular row is the ID is 1. We have to pass the argument as a value, it's 1. And now let's terminate the query statement. Now see here, once again I explain you very clearly, and it's a very important to know about the way to filter, and absolutely you have to write for update query. Otherwise you may be updated all the entire database table and you may face some problems with this. Okay, now let's see here the update statement, the keyword of update you have to write, and the table name set the, what is the setting we are going to setting of the name column only by using the equal to operator, and we are assigning the value new value here, the name of the person, new, the data I am providing here, like a setting this column as this, where we have to filter, and finally we have to identify which data row to be updated for this column. Okay, where ID, the column of ID, and the value of the row is 1. This is the column of ID and the value of the row is 1. Now you execute this statement, go and run over here. One row is affected means the query is successfully it is executed. Come back here and run execute SQL query. Let's see the changes of here, the first row. Let's see here. It's verifying something. Like see, the first row you observe here, it's in a Mary. Have you seen here? That is very much pretty easy to update you by applying the update query and writing this all the statements of update relevant to the thing. And if you want to add phone number here for Mary, yes, that is also very pretty easy. Just making it a comma here and make phone that equal to, and what is the value you want to set there. That's it. Some extent of the value and execute it again. Now you see here and go to run and execute and refresh. Nothing but refresh. Now see here, Mary with the phone number, it is updated successfully. That is the way when you are having a lot, like lakhs or millions of the data. You can writing like a filtering of the row and fetching and update the query statement. It's very easy for your database tables. Okay, and similarly, this is the small data or a small case application. You can use like a right click on the table, edit top 200 or 2000, whatever the number it is there, and you will be seeing this window. Now you can edit here also, like by entering some number and press enter, it can be updated here itself. And it can be possible, it's a very low data only that can be possible. Otherwise, it's lacks of data. It's a very difficulty to update such a queries and the data. And it is not recommended you to update and see all time this like data like this. Whenever you want to see the data, what you have to do, like you have to type a command called select star from name of the table, that is Harisystems underscore user, and run the query only. Now you see here you are getting as an output. Likewise, you have to display the data whenever you want. You always try to see the data like this. If you have seen like this, it can be possible to you may lose some data. Unfortunately, some operations of your delete command or a mouse click, right click and delete something. The modification of the data can be possible over here. All right. I hope you understand how to update and what are the precautions to be taken care while updating the data in data rows in your particular database table. You are having an aware of it. Try to practice more and more, and always try to practice with update command. Once you understand about very clearly with the where class, then you try to update, and you have to thoroughly first understand how to execute the update query statement in your local test database only. If it's in a production, you are not aware how to understand about it. The database update command will update all the relevant columns of data rows of the particular table. Okay, I hope you have a good understanding about it. Thank you for watching this session. Thank you.